Okay, the class is about bread, healthy bread. And why we call it healthy bread is because two things. The flour that we use and the other ingredients that we use, specifically the oils. We don't have oils in our bread. We will use sugar, we will use salt and yeast and water, and that's pretty much the same for other breads. The sugar that we use is sucanat or turbinado if you have that one, but any sugar will do the work for the yeast, okay? I want to go over this, guys. Today we're gonna do pizza crust. It's different from the dough for bread. You could use that bread dough for the pizza, but most likely you want something else, a little different, okay? The pizza sauce is, we are not gonna make it, but I can explain how we can make it. We're gonna have mock cheese made based on almonds. And we will have a veggie pizza. With veggie pizzas, you can have many kinds. Like you can call grill vegetable pizza or Mediterranean or margarita, any kind of veggie, like a combination of one or two or three or more vegetables. Today I think I have spinach, onions, peppers. I do have a little mushrooms. I have a little broccoli. We will put garlic paste and some herbs plus salt and stuff like that. And then we thought that it would be nice if you have the opportunity to see how you can roast the spaghetti squash. And then if you fluff that guy is really hard in the skin, but you cut it and you need to be careful. And then what you do, you turn the oven at 400, 425 degrees. You put it in a container, like a baking sheet tray. And you put it, to me, facing down first. And then in the middle of the rack in the oven. And then 30 more minutes, you put them facing up. And you can put garlic paste and salt there. When finished, when you know that it's tender, you will come with a fork and you will fluff it, and the strings will come out off from the skin, and then you can add some marinara sauce or something like that. I think we will have ice cream, and it's gonna be based on 2 or 3 ingredients or something like that. We will probably talk about that later too. So let's go to the other kitchen. Let's try to investigate what we're gonna do with the bread. I wanted to, because I knew that you guys were here with the wheatgrass, I wanted you to be here and then move to the other kitchen. Let's go. So we said that 2 and 2. 2 of the einkorn. This one is stickier. This flour. 2. And then the kamut. 2.
I will try this one time with half rice flour.
This is 4, 2, and 2. Okay. And then I need just one of these guys, not 1 tablespoon. And for this one will be 2 of these. Okay. And then we're gonna do 2 of this one.
Do I break it up again?
Yeah, we can. Yes, please. And then the 1/4 or 1. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. Now, we are ready with ingredients. Mix it. Okay. Yes. And okay. So.
And on this one, you're not being careful keeping the salt separate.
You probably should have. No?
That will put everything. I will dump it everything. No, don't worry. I did not pay attention to that. I don't care. I want you to mix it for at least 5 minutes, and then I would like to put it in the warm area as much as I can, and then having the crust ready because we're gonna
A
have.
cup of flour is water, right?
Mm,
Right here on your recipe.
oh, this one, yeah. But we're gonna start with half of that. Always start with half, and then you keep adding. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Who wants to measure the other ingredients? Okay, you come and you come, Mitzi. Okay. So it's perfect. That's what I want. That's what I want. Now that you see the anchor is gonna be like that. It's gonna be stickier. You can feel it, right? You can feel there. That's okay. Okay. My baking really will be when I know that I have 3 hours of the day. I'm not gonna be on the bread there working, but I need to be 1 hour doing this, 30 minutes doing that, 30 minutes. So I know that I will be around. And maybe it could be your Sunday that you are there, that you know that you can start before breakfast, you can put the dough. And then when you finish, you can do the kneading. And then, you know what I mean? So then you know, because people say, I'm never going to do this. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. But if you can find time. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, so you do yours, what you want. What I will do is I will grab some garlic paste from Maria downstairs. When we will, then I can put it there, like put it around, or you shape it and then on top after yes, you bake it the first time and before you put the sauce, you can put it on, you brush it, and it's gonna be nice too. Very nice. Perfecto. Muy bonito. Muy bonito. Let's put it in the warm area. ¿Ustedes tienen un grupo?
hicimos un grupo de nosotros. Entonces los vamos a
Okay, guys, so this is it. We will have in 20 minutes for the 12:20 for the bread. And I'm going to change it now.
Well, actually, our bread's in about 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, okay. Okay, so 1, 2, and check this guy. You see? Very nice, come. Look at this, baby.
Oh, this is nice and smooth. Look at here. Oh.
But yours rolls
Okay.
a little more, I think.
Okay, so now when you remove Pat, use your hand like a scraper.
Hand like a scraper.
Yeah, go for it.
I didn't put anything here, so it's going to be messy. It is.
Okay, now scrape. Okay,
Let it.
and I will help you for a moment. Let me see. And now you don't have to use these guys, but they are good. They are very good. So we're gonna put them here. Okay, there you go.
Now I need
Okay, now,
2 hands. 2 hands.
and this guy, you're gonna only use it when you needed it. Okay, when you feel that it's sticking on your hands. And maybe you will need because yours is soft. Okay, but okay. Okay, now, chicas, esto vamos a tener que usar, vamos a dejarle que ponga agua. Yo voy a lavarlo, pero lo vamos a tener listo para el próximo grupo. Lo vamos a dejar allí para que se seque. Okay? That one. So then, very good. You see like that. Very nice. Thank you. No tengo nueces, tengo semillas.
Ella quiere coco y pasas.
Recomiendo, lo puedo poner el coco arriba, pero hacemos pan con un solo ingrediente para esta clase. Pero sí, podemos hacerlo, le ponemos arriba. Let me show you how.
What are you going to do because that's so long?
Pat, come here. You see, all these guys are going to come where the creases are. Creases, and you're going to fall and fall. You see? And then, and now keep doing this. Okay? And now, this one, I will show you what we do. Very good. With this guy, I put 1/4 of a cup. That one is a 1/4.
That's raisin bread. Mine's just raisin.
Okay. Yeah, very nice. So now, keep bringing it here. And that is a perfect. Okay, when I have things like that, I try to go with the ones that doesn't have as much because they burn. They tend to burn.
Oh,
So
that will go on the bottom.
Yeah, perfect. And then like that, and I'm gonna put it here. And it's a very nice one, okay? Now, this guy, let's do flower, a little flower. Eso pasa, que se pega. Si está muy caliente la masa, se pega. Just a little bit, like this. Okay, so now,
What is that?
sesames. And with this one, you don't have the problem of putting, you can mix the dough. You see, you can mix it again, and then mix, mix, mix. Because small seeds, they will not affect the bread. Yeah, you can stretch it and put a little more. My daughters don't like a lot, they prefer it outside. Okay, so now, here, you will go and wet your hand in water. That will be your egg wash. Okay?
Do you also dip it
In-
in sesame when you're done?
Yes, we're gonna dip it in sesame.
Do you ever use onion?
Yes, we can use onion too. That will be tasty.
Minced
Very nice.
onion and minced garlic, oh, it's so good on top.
I think the girls do that after you came here. So you're gonna like wet like this. Okay, okay, okay. And then you sprinkle on top. Sprinkle on top. But also you can put a little extra here, a little extra there, and then what you do is you pour it and roll it. Okay? So then you can have more. If you have other color of sesames, like you can do black,
Could
they
you
will
put
look.
chia seeds on there?
You could do chia, you could do poppy seeds.
Oh.
And how he said, you can have a mixture of garlic and onion and put it there too. Okay,
It
so,
must be like an everything.
and that's,
Oh,
so now go take it there, put it, cover it, please.
Pizza.
The Lifeline Wellness Center bread. It is like this. I'm gonna give you the recipe. You're gonna write it down in your notebook. Okay, it's gonna be we start with 6 cups of flour. And this is gonna be for 2 loaves, okay? And what kind of flour? So Ramon mentioned that we have kamut. Sorry if I'm giving you my bag, okay? But kamut. And we also have this guy, if you feel that you would like to try it. And of course we have gluten-free, but gluten-free recipe will be completely different, okay? And I need to say that you can use any flour, whatever you have at home, use it or give it away, but this is what we have here at the center, okay? Now 6 cups. After the flour, we go to of the sucanat or any sweetener, any sugar that you have at home. It could be honey, it could be anything, but this is what we have, that it's not being changed, it's just the cane sugar, juiced and they let it dry, okay? So this one's sucanat. You could use less amount of sugar if you want. That will make the difference on what kind of bread you will have. Because remember, sugar will feed the yeast, so the bread tends to be a little bigger. And the other thing that happens with this is also the taste. Some people I've never been in Europe, but I had tried European bread, or even in Puerto Rico they do French bread, and tends to be thinner. And the flours are more like enraged or white, what they call white flours. But this one is whole, what we call whole grains, okay?
Amen.
Yeah. Now, The other thing that we do is 1 tablespoon of salt. And this is the other thing. Some people will say, oh, but you put salt there, it's going to kill the dough, the yeast. So this is, to tell you the truth, this bread, I don't prove the yeast. The yeast, I know that it's okay. We dump everything together. The only thing that we put slowly will be the water, and we try to imitate a machine, like your bread machine. Some people put everything right away and they start doing it. The bread is going to be different. It's going to be harder. So you try to be nice. Talk to it. Like some people talk to the plants. You nice. Oh, baby, you looking so nice. I'm doing my triceps here and my biceps, and I'm thinking that my husband was super nice to me, or maybe not that nice. I don't know. So you think about when you do this. It's not in a hurry. You should not do it in a hurry. Now, 1 big heaping tablespoon of yeast. And what I have is fresh yeast, but you can do dry yeast. I will not recommend it. Rapid rice yeast, because that one, I don't have a flour that is enriched or very fine, very white. So I'm not going to make a bread that is going to be ready in an hour or 2. This one is going to be, at least you will have 2 to 3 hours for the bread, okay? And just a moment, 2 to 3 cups of lukewarm water. And with this, you probably will use more, you probably will use less. That will be depending on how the day is, if it's humid, if it's hot, if it's cold, if the flours, the mixture that you have there, also how you mix. Could be the temperature of the water will affect. So that's why you need to have no less than 2 for sure for this recipe. Okay?
Are you saying that your yeast is an alive, fresh yeast or dry?
Well, no, we have something that is called fresh yeast. If it's alive, I hope that it's alive, but it's not dry like that. It's not dry like the little.
Fresh yeast you have to buy every few weeks.
So we bought it when you guys came here. Peter came from Chicago and he bought it at a restaurant supply store.
You cannot buy that in the store.
They go to a bakery and they can talk to the baker, and the baker will sell from 1 pound of yeast.
So the fresh yeast that I know comes in a block.
Yes,
You break it up.
that's
So is this what you have?
no. I have it in my refrigerator because that is a delicate thing. That is a living things there. Okay.
There's a ratio though, like if you have dry yeast to fresh yeast, you can't use the same amount.
So to tell you the truth, because I don't know that, you see, that's super important. What I do is that I tell people that if they do dry, the little pellets, they just do 1 tablespoon. They don't have to go with, but here, because when you cut this baby, you see that it's a little big instead of the other one that is look like flour. So we cut it, and that's why we put a little big heaping tablespoon, okay? Now, you mix everything but the water, okay? Not this guy, not the water. You mix it all. Oh, and let me tell you, I actually try to stay away from the salt in the beginning. I don't know if you notice here that salt is over there. So I want you to try to be nice and incorporate everything, and the salt will be at the end, okay? So then that's the other thing. And what you do when you mix all ingredients, and you shape or form or a big bowl of dough, or just the dough, you cover. You can cover with plastic, you can cover with damp towel, you can cover with what was that? Everything good? Okay, you can cover with this. I have these little guys, but whatever you have at home, you cover, okay? You will cover and place or leave in warm area, warm place for 1 hour. And let me write the hour better. 1 hour. So that will be my first rice or rest, when the bread is resting, okay? Now, then when that time passed, you go and you start kneading or pushing down the dough. Kneading bread for, this is the part that everybody complains. How come I'm gonna do that? That's like too much time. I'm busy, I can't. Let me tell you, if your bread you have a bread making machine, like a bread machine, you can divide this in half for one loaf. So 3, 1/8, half, and 1.5 or so, or 1. And you can put it in the mixer, and might work. But I cannot guarantee it, because the times that we use that baby there is when we are in a hurry, when the girls are lazier, when they do whatever they want, because I really prefer handmade bread, to tell you the truth. Better, way better. But if you have a nice machine at home that you already know how to make it, you can actually put wet ingredients first, and then you put the dry ingredients, and the yeast will be on the top, and you will mix it, and everything will be made by the machine, even baking if you want, and you don't need to do anything. So the time for mixing, the time for resting, the time for kneading, the time for resting, and then even baking it. I don't like it to bake it there, because the shape is weird, and also because the blade is there, it doesn't look like a bread. I used to shape it outside, but you can do it, okay? And then, so kneading here will be 5 to 20 minutes. And that's what we experience here, that nice bread is close to more time. You can add any other ingredients to taste. If it's gonna be a bread that is raisin bread, you add them there. If it's gonna be a bread with dates, you add them there. Or seeds, you put them there. We don't do it before, because it's better for the dough to be free of any lumps and things. But you can try it also before, doesn't matter to me. If you do banana bread, not like the banana cake, because this is funny. Some people make banana bread that to me is more like a pound cake. I will do this. If it's banana bread like this one, that looks like a loaf of bread, but just with a taste or look or pieces of bread. So here, I will include when I'm measuring my wet ingredient, I add the mashed bananas, or I will put pieces of the bananas here, okay? As a total. Because if you want to add it at the end, probably will be too wet, too weird. And then you need to add more flour, and when you add more flour, then it gets too dense. Yes. Now, let's think about ingredients. We are going to divide ingredients on the salty side, or savory, to the sweet. And let's think, how many can we add? For salty, tell me what kind of ingredient you can add.
Sunflower.
Yeah, any seeds. So we can do sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds. Even I do more nuts to the sweet side, but yes. So seeds like those, sunflowers, pumpkins, any herbs. Yeah, alguna hierbita. Yes, like parsley, could be dill. Other people do rosemary. Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. Like in what? Garlic. You do garlic. That will be definitely salty. I will not have mine with the sweet. So garlic, and then you can do with that the garlic paste, and you can add parsley extra, or for garnishment, or for whatever you like it, for flavor too. Oregano, basil, any, but those that you mentioned, they are very nice, okay? Now, yeah, like imagine some Veggies like the olives, the onions, tomatoes. You could do tomatoes too, okay? Some veggies. So let's go to, you have plenty of the ingredients, but let's do sweet ingredients. Tell me. Yeah, so then the raisins, dates, figs.
Can you make like an applesauce yourself?
Ooh. Yeah, you could use it for wet ingredient for flavor, and you can actually slice the apples. These people from Romania that they have been coming every month since the last 6-5 months, they actually slice the apples really small, and when they do the bread, they will put that in between, and when that is, you are Romanian. I'm not talking about any, but you probably remember that the pie that they do is with a dough. Of course, but apples and very tasty. So you could do some vanilla ingredient here. Remember that people do the cinnamon, but here you can do, no cranberries in this stage because they are acidic. You can have them later, but not now. You could do things like all the nuts. Like imagine that you want almonds. Oh, thank you very much. And then, so fruits, because these are dry fruits, so let's do fresh fruits. Okay? And that will be, you can do here in the veggies zucchini bread. Zucchini bread, and will be also, you can make it as the pound one, like the cake, but you can make it like with the shredded, so it has some little color and flavor, because zucchini is very...
Part of the wet ingredient?
Yes, always you try to maintain the ratio. Don't get too crazy because then you will need to add more flour, okay? Now, any question on this? No. When we finish with the demonstration for the bread, we will give you the pizza crust recipe. But for now, I need to ask I need Pat, Barb, and Daisy, and Lori first, because you guys are leaving tomorrow, right?
That's correct, yes.
We're leaving tomorrow also.
Oh, so you are taking the girls to the... Okay, so check.
They're not leaving till Tuesday. We're leaving tomorrow.
Okay, so you and you will be 3 people, and I will do you 2. Okay, so and then later when I have the other group, there will be Lori, Daisy, Jesus, and Ada. Okay, so we will do that. So I need you here. Glenn is gonna be here. Barb, you're gonna be here. And then, por favor, venga, Andrea, venga acá. Andrea, this way, okay? When you measure ingredients for this kind of bread that you made by hand, you can do big, look, like this, because you are making it by hand, so you can adjust the recipe. But if you're following a bread machine, you need to really make sure that everything is measured accordingly, because then it could be a mess. Okay, so now.
I already washed them.
Okay, it's gonna be your bread. By the way, it's gonna be your bread. No one is gonna touch it. So if it has anything there, doesn't matter to you. She doesn't want to touch it. You were gonna make it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then don't worry, it's fine. So now, 6 cups of this guy, of the flour, okay, 6 cups, with what? With 1/4, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I always push it to the side, make a big hole in the middle, okay? When we do the 1/4 of a cup, remember, this is our recipe, but you can adjust it more or less if you like it, okay?
That's the sugar?
1/4 of a cup. And then when we do the salt, the same, 1 tablespoon, and I will put it somewhere here. And yeast. Let me go to have it. Okay, this is what I call what we have as fresh yeast. We open it maybe last week. It's been in the refrigerator cover seal, so no one touched it before. We're gonna put it, actually, this one is already crumbled, but this comes in a block, like butter. And then what I'm gonna do is get the spoon here, a tablespoon, and grab the heaping. Check, you see? It's not flat, it's just, and we will put it here. So now with your hands, you're gonna start crumble it, okay? Because I want it smaller.
¿Cómo se llama esto en español?
Levadura.
Levadura.
Levadura dura, quiero musculatura.
The reason she was supposed to do one is because we contracted
Yes.
for two.
Yes. Just a moment. Okay. So now. No, yo sé que falta todavía. Déjeme poner más. Ahí, okay. So here. Very good. Now, what you're gonna do with this is close where I did my hair.
So what I do know about
32 packages.
Listen to this, because this person went to a class, and more than a class.
for yeast is usually the ratio. Now this, of course, it varies. 'Cause
Yes.
you have to know,
Yeah.
but generally,
Yeah.
1 part fresh yeast equals 3 dry.
Oh wow. So
So be careful because it can be.
yeah, too much. Yeah, or too little. So now we're gonna crumble it here, and you want it. You could do it with your fingers. My daughter is, to me, the best person making bread.
Yeast
Really.
crumbler.
No, she's amazing with bread. So then you mix slowly, trying to just have everything there. Because before recipes or for other recipes, you need to actually have the warm water, the sugar, and put the yeast there. You see that it's bubbling and it's working. Then later you start adding some flour, and that's where you have what is called the mother dough.
So you
And then-
never dissolve this?
no, we don't have to. That's we have BC. I need to do other things. So now, with the water, be careful here, girls. I don't want to splash anyone. Needs to be warm, not super hot, because if not, you will kill it. Will kill the yeast. And how you know that it's warm? Of course, you can have a thermometer, but you can also use your fingers.
If these pieces of yeast aren't small enough, will they dissolve?
They will
into the
dissolve.
kneading?
They will dissolve. And let me tell you something else about the bread. You can make the same recipe for some reason. One day will come one way and the other will come. I don't know why.
The
Don't.
weather changes.
Yes.
The level of humidity
Winter,
in
the
your
spring, the
kitchen
summer,
is
I
like.
And the altitude, right? Also.
Totally.
about
Sometimes
Yeah.
you have to change the recipe.
Completely.
Elevation makes a difference.
Okay.
The seashore.
So I'm gonna
Well, big
say
difference. The seashore,
let's
you need more
see.
yeast.
that it's pretty nice. We need.
There's more air.
The other thing that I'm going to say is that because everybody, I have 5 breads here, dough or the recipe, it's better for me to do 2 at a time, because you want to have the water when you need it. If you wait, sometimes get too lumpy or too weird. So then I'm going to start with Pat, and then Glenn. And I will come to you, don't worry, nothing is going to happen. We will not forget. But we're going to go 2 cups first, okay? Okay. So now, start mixing the inside little by little. I leave one hand clean, holding the, and I go, you are left-handed, right?
No, I'm right-handed.
Oh, that's okay, that's okay. So then, continue, and let's do, because we want to be ready for you. Okay, these are 3. Okay, so now, let's,
I just wanted to
yeah. You,
see how warm it is.
how you, it's good for you?
Yeah. Now, why are you putting more water here than there?
No, I'm putting the same. I'm just gonna leave one cup here. Okay, sir, you're ready. When you definitely don't have more flour there. Continue. You see, she's going little by little, filling the dough. Doesn't need to be in a hurry. If you're in a hurry, okay, fine, but it's not gonna be the same. Then I'm gonna put more. Yes. Very nice dough.
This is a good time to have like some really relaxing.
Yes.
For me, it's very
Yeah.
therapeutic. Unless you have to do what Glenn does too, which is make a lot of things and you have a very
Yeah.
limited time.
I throw it all. I throw
Everything right away.
the sugar and the yeast goes in first, then
Oh.
the water goes in, and I mix that and
Oh,
I
yeah.
let it sit for a few
Yeah,
minutes.
so that's how usually people do it,
Because if I
yeah.
don't see a few bubbles
You-
form,
you-
that tells me maybe I have a problem with the yeast.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, I'm gonna put there. So I'm gonna start it in you.
and then
I'm working on my, I'm getting
whether
Okay.
my
it's,
salt.
whether
Yes, it's just, that's okay. So then continue incorporating those guys and keep moving them. Very
if I
nice.
have oil in it, I throw the oil in, and then I throw
Yeah,
everything else in it.
okay.
No matter what it is.
You know what? It's funny because before I came to the center, I used to put some oil, not like crazy, and I was like, man, this bread is going to be very hard. And surprisingly, it was not. I liked it. And when I learned that the problem with the oil is not that oil causes problems in health, and because we are coming and helping people with health, that's why we remove it as much as we can. But there's recipes that I have to use oil. For example, I need to say for gluten-free, I have to have oil. If not, that will be a block of weapon that you can kill someone. Okay, you can kill someone with it. Sorry, guys. No, this one has, Kamut has gluten, but it's not like the hybrid wheat. No. And
It's kamut gluten.
it has a structure that is less complicated. Also, that's why we have the other recipe, that the einkorn, because it has less chains of the gluten. Okay, now, look what happened. Very nice dough, very nice. You can now, you tell me I sprinkle some if that's the case, or you can add whatever you.
It's too sticky at this point.
If it's too sticky, more flour. But that's why you don't want to damage the recipe, adding more ingredients if you don't have to.
See, I do everything by weight.
Yes, the real people, the real chef will go by grams and things like that, because that will be completely the same. Like here, in my shaking here, I could be putting more or taking less, okay? Continue. Now what they want to use, instead of using their fingers, they're gonna use their palm, and they're gonna start using the container to shape the dough, because what they want is a smooth ball. Very nice. And let me do something for Pat. Pat, we're gonna clean your hands. This is millet. You see the difference? Millet is a gluten-free. Kamut. I'm not gonna put it here because that is for gluten-free bread. This is einkorn. Or it looks like spelt, but it's not. Or wheat. Wheat is brownish, very brown. This guy is lighter, and this one is yellowish. Okay? So let me give you on your hand, and you're gonna try to clean it up. Clean it up with the other hand. Clean.
As in like this.
Yes, like
Do you have a plastic scraper?
No, I don't have a plastic scraper.
Because they make the plastic and the straight. I use the straight
For
for
the
the cookies,
Okay.
and the plastic one is good. You just, and it scrapes it all
Okay.
right off your skin.
Glenn, do you think that you need a little bit of water in order to clean the bowl, or that's
It's
okay?
still sticky on the inside.
Okay, so yeah.
And I've already added a little twice.
My hands are washed. Let me show you. Look what we're gonna do. She's at the end of the process. I'm using my palm. I'm moving it, so I'm kind of imitating the machine, the bread machine, okay, with the blade. And what I'm doing is making it. And let me tell you, I have here someone that makes bread from Italians, real Italian people. But let me tell you, every kind of bread is different depending the oven temperature, depending on the ingredients. Look, now we're gonna clean the bowl, and we're gonna try to shape this guy. It's a little sticky. Hers is a little sticky. But what we're gonna do is that flour, we're gonna use it in order to prevent the dough to stick to the bowl, and it's easier when we're gonna come back to remove it. Okay, so here, check. We're gonna leave it there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, take one of those things, the covers, put it by the here. Let me give it to you. Put it there to cover your bread. And then, this is warmer. This area here is warmer, so you're gonna put here, you will be the first person, okay? This is number one.
That's my bread.
Yes, that's your bread.
No, you give me a hand, so you have to give me a hand.
Yeah.
My bread.
Okay, so then when Glenn comes, he will be number two. And I'm gonna wash my hands for a moment. I'm gonna give you water, but we need to put water to boil. Sí, ahí hay una botella. Mira la botella ahí al frente, en el medio. Yes. Okay, vamos a hacer, let's do Barbara and Pat. Okay. Ahí esa. No, hay más aquí.
Okay, guys, I'm leaving.
Yes. Okay.
Mary, stay healthy.
When that water comes, two. Here. Same with you. I'm putting two first. And you saw I did not follow. I'm not sure how much I put in theirs, but I noticed that hers were stickier. That's what it is. Maybe she has warmer hands. Maybe she's a better blade. Human blade. No. Okay.
You know, I make my bread a little with more water than I would normally do
Yes,
by hand.
yes.
Because by the time it starts to knead up and the gluten is really working up, then more of the moisture has hydrated into the flour.
True.
And so sometimes, some people will do what they call, there's a certain name, they will just mix it and let it sit 20 minutes so the grain will fully absorb the moisture.
Oh yeah.
But I don't have time for that.
No, I know.
But I do know by the time
I'm
it
gonna
needs-
give you more. I don't know.
That's good.
Yep. Okay. Very
So it's
nice.
easier to add it than take it out.
True. Uno de esos panes va a ser para ustedes. ¿Ok? Ese que está ahí. Cuando ellas terminen, vamos a hacerle el de ustedes.
After it's all wet.
What she has is different. Don't worry, Barb. You are doing you are doing good. Try to incorporate ingredients where and continue. Dale, muévelo. Very nice. Now, Start scraping with your dough and your fingers. Okay, girl. Clean your fingers with the other hand, and then I will show you also how I do it like I did it with Pat. I just use the dough to clean the bowl, to scrape the bowl, and that will help me close the creases that my fingers or something was making to them.
Okay.
Have a good trip. Whatever you need, we are here to help.
Thank you
Okay?
so much.
We love you.
Love you too.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I gave your nail stuff back to Ramon.
No problem.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
thank you.
everything.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Can you do it? Christina, we pray with your mom, but we want to pray with you. Okay. Yes. Now, it's ready. It's ready. It's ready. This one is less stickier. You make it. You want the yeast to work. If you have too many pieces of dough, then it's gonna be harder for the.
You're just folding it
Yeah.
in on itself.
If it's like that I put this and it's ready. Cover it and put it to number 3 there, okay? Okay, yo creo que ya está. Yo creo que ya está. Sí, así. Do number 3 here, and then you come and you will put number 4 here with this one. Okay? I'm gonna wash hands. Okay, now. Cold water? No, whatever you can tolerate. If you want warm, a little warm, because be careful, it's very hot here, the water. Okay, now, recipe for the pizza. And this is gonna be like a multi-grain pizza, I think. More than 2 flours. Okay, and I can use this for yours. Aida, open the closet. Try to see if there. Paper towel on the right side. Thank you. Thank you.
It's already started. We're just
With the bread, let me tell you the other things that you have to do. Okay, now, you need to shape it. Remember that you added ingredients. And if you cannot make the whole dough in one. You can make little buns, little loaves, but or at least it needs to be 2 because this is too big. You can do it by hand. You can use any pan, okay, or glass. You could, if you want. Here we do it more like that, like handmade, okay? But you let it rest, so you shape it how you want it. Shape it. Let it rest for at least 30 minutes in warm place.
I'll just give one pointer real quick. I don't know if it's cold too. You can just turn the light in your oven, the oven off, turn the light on, and put the bread in there for that first hour, and that generates.
So, yeah.
Most homes, like I don't know, my house is not here.
Yeah.
But
But that's a good idea because that light there has some energy that is warming the area. That's good. Some people, what they do is that they turn the oven in the lowest setting, they turn it off and they open and they put it there too. And or if it's gas, they put it by the pilots, okay?
I used to turn it on 150, let it warm up, shut it off. And then it would just.
Here is 170. Well, you can leave it at 150 and turn it off, but 170 will be the lowest for this one. So bake at 350 for 30 minutes. And when we said that is if the bread is 2 loaves like that, will be 30 minutes in these ovens. But if you make smaller, like buns, could be 20 minutes. Okay, and now this is ready. We recommend, and this is another tip of the Lifeline Wellness Center bread, wait 24 hours to eat bread. Yeah. Why we do that? Remember, they saw your blood. They saw that some people have some problems with candida and with yeast and funguses. So you want to kill the yeast. How you kill it? The yeast it's dying in the process of baking it, but also when the bread is older, and that's why if not, you should toast it. Okay? And what the pizza is, the bread is bigger, so the yeast comes out as very slow compared to the pizza that is across like this, okay? Even also we use less yeast in the pizza. So any question on the bread? If not, this is ready, okay? Then you are a baker. You can start baking for the whole family, for the neighborhood, for friends, and then eat it. How we eat it? We usually eat it when we are traveling, when at the end of the salad, we always have the fresh ingredients first, and then at the end, when we want to finish with the dessert, we will have a toast too, and we will put the day paste or the tahini or sometimes the girls have different jams or things like that. Or the garlic if you want it with garlic. But that is how we do it. Or if we can make sandwiches with it, we can make bread puddings with that bread. I will always use old bread for that kind of recipes. I don't want to use fresh. You can make pizza with the bread. Remember that we said that you can shape it in a form of a pan pizza. And I will not do it, but sometimes we come without those recipes too, okay? Now, the pizza crust. With the pizza crust is 4 cups of flour. And it's gonna be again kamut, plus this time I'm gonna use half and half, okay? I like it multi-grain. I like it, it's nice. It tastes, because especially we will eat it today, so I wanted easier flour to digest, okay? Now, we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of sucanat. You see how little? Okay, and then 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay, and then 2 and maybe something like this of yeast. 2 1/4 cucharadita de levadura. So it's less flour too. Now, water, 1 to 1.5, and you need to be very careful with this because you don't want it very sticky either. Sticky will be great for someone that has a very good oven because you can put any kind of dough and the oven will do the job in a couple of minutes and will make a very nice crust. But here we have ovens that I put them you bake, before baking.
Do you use a pizza stone?
We don't here, but if you have them, you can.
That's the immediate heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yes, very, very good. You should, if you have stones at home, you should have them ready. That means that you put a lot of oil or some kind of heavy thing there, so it's cured, and you bake it. The first thing, sometimes they say that you do like croissants or something that is very heavy on those.
If you have cast iron, that has to be seasoned, but the pizza stone, you
Yeah, any clay or stone,
Yeah.
no oil.
Yeah. Okay. That's I had Pepper Chef, and that's what they suggest. I really don't remember. But anyway, so then when you do this, I do it this way. If I have the time, I will do the cross. I will divide it again 2. These are for 2 crusts, 2 normal crusts, and I will roll. Use a roll and roll it out. But then I will bake it at 425 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. And then,
repose time, any repose time, any like
No. Okay, sorry. When you mix all these guys, if you have 50 to 60 minutes for resting after you mix in warm area. That's true, yeah. And
Because you don't let this rise as much.
no, and then you don't need to knead anything. You mix here in this stage. In this stage, you mix. My laptop in the room. You mix here. So I had a lady that is a owner of a pizzeria, and she has a franchise. It's not like they need to follow the recipe of this place. But this place was a family business that the guy was able to put it as a franchise and sold everything. And she says that I tried to ask her, give me hints, what we need to do, what difference, and she told me, the only thing that I'm going to tell you is that for pizza is here in the mixing process where you need to do like 5 in their pizzeria is 20 minutes kneading at the first time. Okay? So mixing. But in her case, because I told here when she saw me, we mix everything, we put it in the stove, and she said the only difference that I saw really was this, that we have a machine working 5 minutes. Then later, resting is, and remember they use oil in the pizzeria, a lot of oil. At least for something like this, they use more than 2 tablespoons of oil. Here we don't use any oil. We can use the garlic paste later on, but anyway, so then when you time pass, you just divide the dough and you roll it out, okay? When you roll it out, you bake the thing without anything from 8 to 10 minutes, and you make some, you prick it, you put the fork in the dough so you don't want it to rise. Later on, what you do is that you add the sauce, you add the veggies, and you bake it again 8 to 10 minutes. If you add this, guys, if you don't do this, you can probably 20 to 25 minutes, you can put the raw dough, the sauce, the cheese, the veggies, and do it for as long as 25 minutes. Yeah. In this case, I do it because it's easier for me. It's easier for me to accelerate the process to make sure that everything is cooked, and also I do double baking kind of thing that I feel that, but here will be longer time, but it's almost the same. So now you eat it, and you eat it with moderation. And you add anything. You can add olives, sun-dried tomatoes, artichokes, anything that you like. You can put it raw, you can put it roasted, you can roast them first, or you can actually saute them a little bit so they cook faster, because again, we don't have an oven that is like the pizzeria ones that you put that guy, even some pizzerias now that they have the dough and they make it in front of you and you pick what you want, maybe in 5,
The ovens are very hot.
8 minutes, they will be ready.
5 to 7.
There's one that 2 minutes,
One in Italy, every brick oven has
and boom.
2.5 minutes.
But then, most likely, what kind of dough they use? A little more.
They use the same.
So check. I have the timer for your bread. I forgot to put it, but 42 minutes from now, okay? Okay, now it's your turn to continue with the process. Okay, now remember, once you finish, you figure out where you need to have more, okay? You do it. There you go, and here too, because there you go. Okay,
So you're not making them round?
we can't, we just have 2.
This fits the kiki sheets better.
Yeah, and also they are better, you can cut them and serve better when they are square. If you have a party and you have pizza, ask them to cut them in square. You will have more yield than a slice. It's just
Now, when you roll them, be careful not to roll the ends too thin.
Okay, okay. Okay, and then now that this is looking good, now let's do the edges. Oh. You see, this one doesn't have any oil. So imagine it will have oil, will be even stretchier and softer, but you
Oh,
don't.
I missed that part. I wasn't here for the crimping of the perfecto. Muy bien.
Check, come here.
Y las puedes hacer
Just see,
exacto.
only 6 minutes in the oven, 450 this time, and look.
No traje las pasas, necesitan las cucharas, ¿verdad?
No, aquí hay cucharas aquí. Creo que voy a sacar
This is, oh no, this is
I don't think it's gonna be enough to make sauce.
I don't think so either.
María, vamos a necesitar más salsa de tomate.
Yo puse tres. Yo puse
You just have to spread it really thin.
Oh, you should see it.
Tienen un trocito.
Cebolla con ajo.
Exacto. Perfecto.
We usually eat a grain with vegetables, so here it's gonna be the vegetable inside. If you don't like for some reason any vegetable, you pick it out. Búscame un fork. I want, Put them in the oven for 8 minutes to 10 minutes more.
Ahora mismo estoy bien, pero quizá necesite unos.
The what? What's new?
Esta mismo.